You're just in time. Saved you a seat for The Pillars of Man, your number one podcast for the best conversations you could find aimed at male self improvement. And one of the long standing heavyweight champs any man has done battle with. It's because we're guys. We are fated to do glorious combat with one of the oldest enemies of mankind, all that are men, since the dawn of time. That would be this entity of lust. The first thing that pops to any guy's head when he's thinking about lust is an overwhelming sense of sexual desire. Though lust is not simply exclusively for anything sexually related. It's you just wanting, all right? It's you being in a state of desire. And for so many of us, you can get locked in that kind of emotional state, mindset, whatever, excuse me, whatever you want to call it. That it kind of freezes you up. It makes it really difficult to do anything. You get so caught up in what you want out of life. You mix in a little bit of pessimism right there. A little bit of sprinkle some cynicism, okay? Layer in a little bit of negativity, and that's when things get downright nightmarish. You go about life, waking up every single day, you're doing your thing, bro, just going about your daily experiences. And at the very forefront of just most of your thoughts on a given day, or just whenever you daydream, whenever you allow yourself to imagine what could be, as you're doing that, you get overtaken by, I really wish I had this in my life. I really wish I wasn't here, I was there instead. I wish that I had a person like this. I wish this was the figure in my bank account, not what it actually is. Lust is so tricky in this way. It will blind you from everything that you should be enjoying in the present moment. All the stuff you got going for you, that any man in his right mind, and that's kind of what lust does, any man in his right mind should be very appreciative and grateful for. Now, that's why I say one of the most formidable enemies that my deep dive tonight is dedicated to clarifying as much as possible, to the best of my own understanding, this entity of lust for you, so that you are able to see for yourself, well, where is this affecting me? How is this negatively impacting me? It could be your entire life, because the thing about desire is you could want so much in any area of life. Now, yes, it is very closely related to the addictive nature of sexual gratification. But as you see, as you take a closer look at your own life, and you're basically, you're just trying to identify, where is lust causing problems for me, besides a love life, a romance life, or maybe even the absence of. This state of wanting, it's insatiable. Kind of this, lust is um, the onset of it. It takes you on this carousel that goes round and round and round, and you are never able to fill that appetite for yourself. You are always wanting more. It's weird for me to say this out loud, but when you think about the human experience, and how our minds are, one could argue, you and I can acclimate, or just get used to anything in our heads. Even you think about the sweetest experience you could possibly fathom. No, really dial this in, bro. Okay, pull out the finest, most grand, amazing hope or dream that you really do have. This is an actual goal that you want for your life, and just picture that as descriptively and as vividly as possible. It what you're going to see and think about in your head is, something absolutely wonderful. Oh my god, I would, it's like, it's very dramatic. I would never be sad again. I would never, I could never possibly be upset anymore if life were like that. If I could have it like this. What's so crazy is, let's say at the snap of a finger, God granted this wish of yours, and you woke up tomorrow and you literally opened your eyes to it, like bam, there it is. You have whatever you want. Now, in the beginning, just like, and this is really for any human being, in the very beginning, it would probably be pretty awesome. You would just be enjoying it. All right. I mean, some of us, depending on what it is, okay, brother, you might be drowning in it. Okay. Like swimming in it for however long. But the inevitability, the guarantee is eventually you are going to get used to it. It's it's a bit arbitrary, kind of depending on who you're talking to, for how long they're able to hold on to the spark. That it does not diminish in value, in enjoyment, in just the ecstasy of it, the pleasure of it. That definitely depends. That's going to change from person to person. But the way I see it is, regardless of the individual, eventually you will hit a wall. You're going to hit this point. Yeah, I mean, this was really, really, really awesome years ago, 5 years ago, a decade ago. But time, time is what it's. Time is like the great adjuster for you and me. Eventually, however long it takes, you're gonna get to the point where one day you're gonna wake up with everything that you want, and it's just gonna be normal. That's just gonna be your life, and that's kind of depressing when you think about this. Though I don't mean to take you down the alleyway of, oh well, then what's the point? Why try? What would be what's the reasoning behind all of this self-improvement, trying to awaken the king within and be your own greatest version? What is the point of that? I i think the number one counter I can give you right off the bat, when desire, lust, sexual or not, is getting to the point it's ruining your life. I kind of want this too much. I want this so badly that every single day I continue to wake up to the reminder I don't have it. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do any of this life stuff, let alone self improvement, process, journey, marathon, the voyage, mountain climbing, okay? The coronation, taking the throne, wearing the crown. It's a lot of dramatic metaphors. Yes, I know. You just, so you don't even want to show up, okay? Because of how badly you can't get your focus off of what you want that you do not have. Now now not having and then wanting it are kind of these two emotional states that they, as tempting as it is, I mean, it's, well, I mean, actually it's impossible not to feel these And anyone who's ever going to live as a human being will go through this. But for you to really get better, okay, for like rising above lust and desire in life, to access, just higher states of being, of I want to say mindset cultivation, so you can wake up every single day and be able to tap into way better stuff, okay, than just I need this so badly, or like I want this so badly. And that would definitely be joy. I just quick rapid fire, the best ones I can think of right now, that would have to be hands down joy, peace, purpose, and fulfillment. Joy, peace, purpose, fulfillment. I mean, and these four kind of all tie in together. But I use these four specifically because, I mean, honestly, if you even have one of them, you probably have access to the other three. They beautifully intertwine together, and they all sit above lust. And I say that because you kind of have to let it go, bro. It's not that you don't deserve it, or you shouldn't believe in it, or it's not possible. It's not really like that. It's just understanding, yes, this is what I really want. This is what, I so dearly need in my life. And then making peace with, okay, you have your target. Okay, this is the goal. This is what you're trying to pull off. This is the grand plan. I mean, that's fantastic. But it matters so much more of simply every single day what you are actually doing with your bare hands, your mind, and your body. When you are in the action itself. Let's rewind for a second, and let's go back to my kind of fairy tale example. You just magically waking up one day, let it be tomorrow. Well, the example, of course, but tomorrow you get to wake up to everything that you want. Now, if you didn't do that, ideally, how should life be? That's kind of my argument right here. How should things go for any guy who he does he like truly and genuinely, honestly, he wants better. He wants to be better. He wants to do better. I would say beautiful. That all comes down to what he's going to do, like you, in movement and motion, actually taking the action itself, however small, however massive. I mean, the scale is quite vast. But as long as you actually are taking actions, though, that is one of the very best ways to remove yourself from being stuck in this perpetual. It is incessant, just constantly lingering in the background. Hey, oh, but remember, you don't have this. When you get to that point in life where it's okay, I don't care that I don't have that right now, it will allow you to open yourself up to the happiness. See, this is the joy, bro, that you can just live where I I'm just so excited to be here. I can draw enthusiasm out of the truth. I'm still alive. So, which means you have more life, you have more time, you have more of your own existence to try and do, to try to have, to try to get what it is that you want in this life. The- it gets a little bit trickier because, I mean, God knows how many men are doing this right now with jobs and careers, and business entrepreneurship pathways that are making them miserable. But the check is good, right? But gotta go get that bag. To each his own in this way. That final call will always be yours. I mean, hey, do I really want to do this for myself? Is this it right here? I'm going to subject myself to this every single day because this is what I'm choosing for my life's doing. You get that right, and it's like it happens naturally. You get it right, and then all of a sudden, what you want so badly out of life matters that much less. It takes a back seat. It kind of drops, to a lower pedestal. And what you want, I believe, and I'm arguing, this is an awesome thing for you to elevate doing. You see, tomorrow I will wake up to my life, and that might still be a life in which I don't have anything I that I really want, that I would love to have. But I mean, that's filtering your own reality through this lens of lack. It's very negative. Oh, but how can I enjoy anything? It's kind of that mindset. I don't have this. I don't have that. This person's not here. These people are not here. And I'm not here. Like uh, geographically. Uh, this is the location instead of this location, and it goes on and on and on. Which really, it doesn't do anything but help. It doesn't do anything but help you hyper focus on all the reasons you should. No, actually, maybe it's better for me to say that you could hate your life. See, that's why I say one of the most hardcore. This is one of the final bosses for guys. I mean, for humans, but it's I'm gearing this towards men because so much of it also has to do with our instinctual and biological drive for the wifey. Okay, the mating ritual, the courtship. Okay, what is it? What is it nowadays? The dating game. Okay, and you're trying to survive this process, right? As a modern male human being, I'm trying to go about this in a way I I do get what I want. Like, this works. You really do pull it off. Lust will trick you into focusing on nothing but that the entire time. You should be dedicating most of, if not all of, your focus into just the process itself, into just being able to live, essentially. Because if you are free from desire, this is very radical. I mean, it's not that any of us could truly achieve this. In terms of history, how many honestly have? What was it, like Buddha and Jesus? And maybe throw a few other guys in there. But okay, I mean, maybe there are certain types of monks in this world, and okay, other uh, followers of certain religions that help them live like this. But I will say, for the vast majority of us, we're walking around every single day, all over the place, like, this sucks because I don't have what I want. It does suck, actually. Because I mean, it makes you feel like crap. Nobody wants to feel like that. But I guess maybe a greater truth behind lust that you need to see. I mean, for for you to uh, truly be able to help yourself, you got to look past it. You have to see that if I'm able to, then it can still be a good life. Instead of looking at your reality as, if I have this, it's a good life. You that lust tears us up in this way, bro. It is ruining and destroying men all around the world because of that deception right there. And it takes its time. You kind of build up this psychology. You make this mindset so habitual as you run with it for way too long. I mean, we kind of get roped in as kids, you know. Right? It's all about college, and then it's all about the job, and then it's all about the grind till you're 65. Like, just, it's very, again, conditional. I feel I feel like life just doesn't care, actually, about these conditions. It has nothing to do with any of sorry, hold on one second. It has absolutely nothing to do with any of these things. It's just, these conditions, they end up dictating your life. They end up running the show for you. I can only be happy. I can only want to show up. I can only bear to be myself in life if I have this. If I can call this mine, then I will smile. Then I will allow myself to be happy. Then, okay, I can finally begin to relax and have a good time. Oh, it's so crazy, because letting go of lust, or trying to get past it in life, letting go of such a passionate attachment to desire, getting past this, you see the beauty is in reverse, bro. No, life is amazing, it's special, and it is beautiful. Yours really is. I'm talking about you, man. Yours really is, because you get to do. That can feel like such a burden. And I totally get that. Any man can easily look at his own life, and that king, maybe even you, would be laughing his butt off at me right now. He'd find this all very hilarious, because it's like, oh, sure, yeah, because I want to wake up at the crack of dawn, and then I want to work my 12-hour shift, and then I want to work 6 days a week, maybe even no days off, maybe even 7 days a week, right? Yeah, and I want to, and for that to only be able to afford this tiny apartment, and yeah, and I'm still really only making ends meet. It's not even really much of a surplus for myself to reinvest, or take that money and do something nice for myself, or whatever. And I totally get that. That is kind of the challenge of life. I mean, it's not, you're not going to stumble upon the joy and the peace and the purpose and the fulfillment. This is something for you to work towards, for you to seek out in this world. But you see, that process right there can be enjoyed. If you don't, then you fall victim to lust. You get trapped in that. Okay, I really want what I want, but I don't have it yet. So I'm not going to enjoy life until I do. And if you never do, then that is sealing the joy of your life for all time. That would be essentially saying, I'm just going to be miserable forever. All because you and I have this capacity within us as sentient, self-aware, intellectual beings. I can perceive my reality in such a way that I can identify things that I would love to have. This means something to me. This is very important to me. I would give everything for this. And you go about life like that, feeling like this and living like this without having it, then it's really hard to see anything but agony and anguish. That is just, that's no way for any man to live. So, my somewhat dramatic deep dive into letting go of what you want so badly, and replacing it with what you are able to do for what you want in life. If you really, really, really do want what you say you want, then there is a there is a there's this hidden satisfaction to trying to have it, to chasing that in life. This is this. I know you know how that sounds. Okay, so basically, oh, self improvement is the answer to lust. Or the rat race is the answer to lust, or you're like whatever, which is kind of contradictory because that's kind of establishing this premise. I can only be happy if I want to self improve, or if I want to put in the effort to chase my dreams. Oh, that is the only way I can be happy. Kind of. It's you doing things for yourself in life that are helping you. They are improving your situation. However you'd like to. Okay? Whatever is really giving you the peace, the joy, the purpose, the fulfillment in life. These are almost cornerstones to want tomorrow. And I know that's a tricky way to word that, all right? Because I'm kind of painting desire as the enemy tonight. It really is. Well, but specifically, I believe the definition of lust is uncontrollable. It's you're burning up. Okay, it's so intense. Oh God, if my life, for every single day I continue to live a life that's not the way I want it to be, then f life. Forget about all of this. And then, no, I'm not saying that's like the great conspiracy reason to all these modern male problems, the male loneliness epidemic, guys checking out, MGTOW, okay, but it definitely is not helping. That's for sure. It's such lust took so much from me for so long because every single day I was just so focused on ensuring these desires of mine were met, even in very detrimental, unhealthy, and negatively impactful ways. You still do it. There you have it. Vice, okay, junk food, whatever, mindless entertainment. There's all sorts of portals, all sorts of outlets for a man to venture into that makes him feel like his desires are being met. But something is wrong there when you have to keep going back for it. It is just never enough. But what I can tell you right now is what can be enough is you living, is you doing certain specific actions you yourself choose that resonate with the life you want to live. It makes sense. It makes sense. I want to be healthy. I want to be confident. I want to cultivate charisma, be able to have enjoyable social interactions and connections with other human beings, with women. I want to make I will say an abundant amount for myself. Financial freedom, what a wonderful goal! All of that in life. If do you imagine living a life in which you are doing that, you're getting closer to it. Look, even if you're not, it's just that this is the way you want to. These are the actions. This is the lifestyle you would choose for yourself. I'm going to try to pull it off like this. And to be able to enjoy that, if you are, bro, if you love it, if it's okay, can't complain. I'm living in a way where I get to show up like this every single day. All right? With each day brings me a little bit closer to finding out if it will work. But to have a great time doing that, to have a great time on your way there. That let me ask you, at that point, does it matter if you have it or not? Does it matter if you get it or not? If you make it or not? There's just none of it's a promise. But you doing is because You're experiencing it. You're feeling it. It's happening. It's occurring for you, bro. There is no what if. That what if is so haunting. It is a plague. And lust keeps you in that what if. Okay? I mean, really insert this into anything you want. I mean, if we want to go down, because I think predominantly it has to do with, just wild, rampant, unhealthy, uncontrollable sexual desire, and it's really in this way, it's abyssal. It's absolutely boundless. It just never ends. The woman I'm with right now, she's so fine, she's so hot, but we're not married, I'm not tied down. Could there be, could there be an even hotter one out there? I bet there is. You play that game though, and it's never enough. It's really no, it really isn't. Isn't that kind of like, well, for me it's mind-blowing, because I think a lot of men, I can't say if this is natural or just now, honestly it's just really more of a personal opinion of mine, but I feel as though most men, like when they see a woman that they really like, really attracted to, like, oh wow, I find everything very beautiful about her, they're kind of all set. If she got the personality too, and there's compatibility, it's a great vibe with both of them. I think a lot of guys are like, no, no, okay, great, good to go. All right. I don't know, have you seen that meme at the dinner table, and he tells the waiter, check please, they haven't had anything to eat, the table's empty, but he's saying check please, because he's saying, it's fine, we're good, we can leave now, this is the one I'm marrying, this one. Lust is this idea: what you have is not the best. You can never be content. There will always be something better. Okay, you are chasing a carrot at the end of the stick that you cannot possibly reach. This is like the lie of lust. To have it be enough for you, I think that's when you need to ground yourself with creating a lifestyle that is it is just, it makes sense. You're going to wake up like this, and these are the goals, these are the objectives, this is what you're going to try and do in life, because it's not only what you would enjoy to do, it's simply, for you personally, it's what feels the best, it's what makes the most sense, for you to try and get to the dream life, the best life. It's weird, because chasing your best life, self-improvement, and all of that, it's almost as if the moment you really start trying, you really allow yourself to build these habits, and you keep up the consistency, and you build the discipline, and you go at this every single day, you really begin to see, I don't I don't mean to make this sound super woo woo and like, like supernatural or whatnot, but the enlightenment that will strike you, I believe it does for any man, is eventually you realize you are already living your best life. Why? How could a man be living his best life while he's trying to build it? Because that's how he lives, in his best way. Not waiting for it, not wishing for it, not wanting it. Wanting it is maybe the beginning, the very beginning. No, it really comes down to the living it, the doing it. That has nothing to do with the desire. It doesn't have to. It's enough. I can try. It's enough that I can try. It's enough that I have the capacity and the capability to do battle. You would use these abilities you have, that you do have as a human being and as a man, and you are wielding them. You are positioning yourself, okay, to precisely implement certain actions, activities, tasks, all for the sake of the very best of you. Whatever, I mean, and if you don't know, if you're at ground zero, as in you kind of just you're at this, you're in this, weird space or crossroad of your life. You want to do something about it. You would love to, but you really just don't know what. I mean, that would place you. I mean, okay. I mean, this is just me, but I believe that would place you in a really fun. Yes, like that's actually a pretty. That's a dope spot to be in because it's very exploratory. Is you seek, you search, you find with the power of the internet. It's really not that serious, which is amazing to say. That is such a technologically modern blessing for any man to be able to say to himself, okay, I don't know what this is, but I would like to. Boom, there it is. And that's where it all begins. That's you taking your first step into finding a life that you can live, like really live, not have to be numb to, not have to sedate yourself, not have to deny, be in denial, trick yourself, you know like be on autopilot, ignore it, try to escape from it. No, you really can just wholeheartedly embrace it and understand, wow, you know what, well, this is really the best way for me to live. That's everything. That's everything. It's going to serve as your greatest counter to all of these perversions. That I'm not going to say modern life in particular is kind of greatly facilitating these kinds of perversions. It's kind of a whole different episode. But what I will say, and I'll end on this, is that you got to be really careful you don't get so caught up with all like of the flashing lights, you know, all the shiny objects. Yeah, all of these like, oh, that looks so cool, and like, oh, I'm what would it be like with this person, and so all this temptation. Okay, you have to be really careful. You may very well be dealing with these very toxic, very poisonous facades and illusions. There's nothing, it's a mirage, there's nothing there. It only exists because you really want it. I would, to if that's hurting you in life, if that's really kind of like suppressing your desire just to be able to show up with zeal and enthusiasm, then really I would have you, after everything I've said tonight, I would have you pivot, really, really focus on, brother, on a daily basis, like tomorrow. And it might not be a magical dream life, like the example, but what it will be is a series of choices and decisions you can make that you have the power to ensure that there are actions happening that help you enjoy life and enjoy your way to everything that you really do want. That is a wonderful life, bro. None of us are promised anything. You really, it really cannot be said how long you get to, in what way, where, and with who. It's really all just something to kind of for you to find out. And if you're living it, brother, you're doing it. You're there, and it is happening. And I really do. I really do wish you all the joy in this process. Give it a shot, brother. And you're looking for some more help, get kind of confused or lost, or really just interested in discussions like this, come right back here. As I talk about anything and everything that goes into male self improvement, as you're watching the Pillars of Man, your number one podcast for the best conversations you could find aimed at male self improvement surrounding philosophy, masculinity, wellness, and lifestyle. I'm your host, Kumo. I continue to reshape the modern male reality, giving any man who wishes to pull the very best out of himself a way to do that. Thank you so much for being here, bro. If you like content like this, hit that subscribe button for me, and I hope to see you real soon in my next one. But until then, take it easy, take good care of yourself, and I love you so much. Peace.